We're, of course, here in Pensacola, and last night I interviewed Florida's Governor Rick Scott about the state of the economy in Northwest Florida and across the state, as well as the nation, and also about the two governors that he knows very well, Mitt Romney and Rick Perry, and I asked him who he thought would be a better president. This is my interview with Governor Scott. Let me ask you this question. We interview a lot of governors, as you know. We interview a lot of senators, a lot of congressmen. You seem to be extraordinarily engaged. You seem to be, as some of our people in MSNBC would say, you seem to lean forward an awful lot. Very aggressive about dragging jobs, not only to Northwest Florida, but across the state. And this isn't a setup question. I'm just curious. You've done a great job marketing Northwest Florida to America. Have you done a great job marketing Rick Scott to Florida? Because your approval ratings are still low. And yet, here you are, aggressive. It just seems like you're fighting night and day for doing what Mika and I say every morning on the show governors and presidents should do. And obsess on one thing and one thing only. Jobs. It's jobs, jobs, jobs. And that's what you're doing. It's not just a campaign platform. No. And I'm not being nice. I'm not being nice. I'm not nice to you. I'm just wondering, why is it that you're doing what politicians need to do, but your approval rating is in the 30s?
Well, you know, I made the toughest choices. I mean, look, we had to fix education. I got rid of tenure. I started merit pay for teachers, expanded charter schools, expanded opportunity scholarships. Those don't make everybody doesn't like that. Right? I had to cut the budget. I walked in with a $3.4 to $3.7 billion budget deficit. Mm-hmm. I mean, that doesn't make you happy. You know, when you have to cut things, it's more fun to add things.
Whose fault was that?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Was it Charlie Crist's fault?
I tried never to think about where it was.
Was it the state? No, but here's the thing, though. I talked before about my good friend Charlie Hilton. Charlie Hilton groused about the fact that when Republicans took control of the legislature, especially the Senate, he said they were worse than the Democrats. Republicans owned the legislature for the past decade. How could a conservative Republican legislature leave us with almost a $4 billion debt?
I think the state thought that it was going to continue to grow forever. We went from a high-growth state to stopping our growth, so all I think about is what I've got to do.
Yeah.
If I surround myself with smart people running agencies that think about why people move to states. Taxes. Tell me what the permitting process is like. Tell me what the regulation is like. If I have a problem, are you going to help me solve it, or are you going to be a pain? That's what they worry about. And then they love Florida. Right. And everybody's been here, so they love to move here, so now I'm going to make it easy.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. I want to talk about...
I didn't answer that question completely. If you really think about my job, I'm supposed to make the tough choices. I said I would. Mm-hmm. But then the real important thing long-term is, if I make this the most likely state to succeed, I'll be fine. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm doing. That's all I care about. That's what I ran on. I care about this country. I care about this state. I know. I grew up in the public housing. People need jobs. That's what changes your life.
Yeah. Let's talk about tenure. Now, you said you ended tenure in Florida.
For new teachers.
For new teachers. So if you're a new teacher coming in, tenure's done.
Yeah.
What if I'm a principal and I've got a teacher that's been around for 15 years and this teacher's just not cutting it?
It's hard.
Is it still going to be really hard to get them out of the classroom?
If everybody says it's doable, it just doesn't happen.
And why is that? Why is it that, Fran Tarkenton, the great NFL quarterback, did you see the article? Mm-hmm. So Fran Tarkenton said if you ran football teams like you run schools,
right,
your football team would fail. It would go out of business.
It makes no sense. Think about it. If you have a business, do you guarantee people jobs forever? You're not guaranteed a job forever. Right, and it makes you better. But
who supports taking competition out of schools? I know the teachers unions obviously are going to try to protect us out. Teachers don't necessarily, and the public doesn't.
No.
Why is it so hard with a Republican governor, with a Republican Senate, with a Republican House to end tenure for teachers that just don't perform?
People lobby aggressively. We did it, but
did the Senate let you down?
No, we got rid of tenure this year
for the new teachers.
New teachers,
but you just couldn't do it for the old teachers. There's no way to.
The question is, contractually, can you do it?
Yeah.
Because, you know, so for somebody new, you can clearly do it. So what fights do you want to have?
Right.
But look, everything I'm going to do in education, I'm going to say I'm going to make sure it's for the benefit of a child. And I'm going to focus, I'm doing the same thing at higher ed. No. We're going to make sure at our dollars we're putting in our universities and our state colleges, we're going to get kids degrees that they can get jobs.
Let me ask you about past governors. So we talked about Charlie Crist. You sort of demurred. Charlie Crist and Jeb.
That's what I do.
Jeb Bush sort of had a boxing match. We interviewed Jeb this past week up in New York on Education Nation. And you look at what he started on education reform. It's really inspiring. Are you a Jeb Bush fan?
Absolutely.
Did he do a great job starting the push for education reform?
Oh, he did. You know what? If you think about what he did well, is he started the process of really creating measurement. Now, there's more things we can do. Like we did the tenure this year, we did the merit pay this year, expanded charter schools. He did a great job on charter schools. I mean, we have more charter schools, I think, than anybody. I think even more than California. We have over 400 charter schools. And so think about it. As a parent, you ought to be able to choose where your child goes to school. I mean, what program you're going to watch on TV, what grocery store you're going to go to, right? You ought to have a choice. What happens with choice? The quality goes up.
Everything gets better.
But he did a great job of getting us started. But there's always more to do, and we're going to continue things that he started with.
You know Chris Christie. You've worked with Chris Christie. What do you think of his decision not to run?
Well, I like people running. I saw Governor Romney today, and I like people running.
You impressed with Governor Romney?
I think one thing what you like about Governor Romney is he's got a business background. He knows how to make a payroll. He cares about this country. He's worked his tail off to become president. I mean, a lot of years. But what I like is he's got a business background.
Have you endorsed anybody yet?
No.
So who's it going to be? I like Rick Perry or Mitt Romney?
I like both Rick Perry and Mitt Romney. We just had P5 the other day. We had the straw poll. I like both of them. I compete with Perry all the time for jobs because he's done a better job than anybody else in the country building jobs. And so being with him on Chicago Mercantile Exchange, moving those potential 2,000 jobs to Florida.
Right.
But look, Romney's got a good background, a business guy.
So it sounds like a win-win as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. I want the Republican. Here's what I want. I want the person that has the best jobs plan. It's the biggest issue we have in the country. It's the biggest issue in the world, really.
Yeah.
It's jobs. It's jobs.
It is a
jobs.
global challenge. All right, Governor, thanks so much, and keep up the great work.
All right.
Appreciate it.